Hello friends, today I want to take you on a journey into the heart of a man who made millions laugh, but perhaps more importantly, never forgot to make the world a little kinder. His name? Robin Williams. To the world, he was a comic genius, a whirlwind of voices, characters, and improvisation that seemed unstoppable. But behind the laughter, Robin carried a deep understanding of what it meant to struggle, to feel lonely, and to yearn for kindness. Maybe that's why his acts of compassion left a mark just as powerful as his performances. One of the greatest legacies he left behind was through Comic Relief, a non-profit organization he co-founded in the mid-1980s alongside his friends Billy Crystal and Whoopi Goldberg. Their mission was simple yet revolutionary: to use humor, not just to entertain, but to heal, to uplift, and to fight poverty. Imagine the scene in 1986, three of the funniest people alive, standing on a stage, cracking jokes, sharing laughter, but also reminding the audience of something deeper, that there were children, families, and entire communities in pain. They understood that comedy could break down walls, could soften hardened hearts, and could open wallets for a cause that truly mattered. Through their annual events, Comic Relief raised not just thousands, but eventually hundreds of millions of dollars. To be exact, over $436 million, funds that went directly to helping children and youth across the globe. Money that built shelters, supported education, provided food, and created opportunities for those who otherwise would have been forgotten. But here's what made Robin Williams so different. For him, charity wasn't a publicity stunt. It wasn't about headlines or applause. Often, he gave without anyone knowing. He volunteered his time to visit homeless shelters, hospitals, and children's wards. He didn't just sign checks, he showed up. He sat with people, looked them in the eyes, and listened. One story tells us that whenever Robin toured for comedy shows, he insisted that organizers hire a certain percentage of homeless people to work backstage, giving them dignity, a paycheck, and a chance to step back into society. Another story reveals how he made surprise visits to hospitals, slipping into character after character just to make a sick child forget their pain for a moment. That was Robin's magic. He understood that laughter was more than entertainment, it was medicine. And he shared it freely. Comic Relief was, in many ways, a reflection of Robin's soul. He and Billy Crystal had this unique chemistry, a friendship that shined on stage. Whoopi Goldberg brought her fierce honesty and wit. Together, they proved that laughter could be a weapon against despair. For decades, their telethons became a tradition, millions of viewers tuning in, laughing until their sides hurt, and then donating what they could to fight homelessness and poverty. And Robin, he always went the extra mile. He didn't just tell jokes, he told the truth. He would shift from laughter to raw honesty in seconds, reminding audiences that the money raised wasn't abstract, it was for real people, real families, real children who needed hope. His compassion went beyond Comic Relief. Robin supported countless charities, from St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, to organizations supporting US veterans, to causes fighting for the homeless. He never forgot the invisible people, the ones society often stepped over. Think about that. A man who had everything, the fame, the awards, the fortune, chose to use his gifts to make sure others didn't feel forgotten. And maybe that's why his passing felt so heavy. The world lost not just a brilliant actor, but a human being who gave far more than he ever received. But here's the beauty of it, his legacy didn't end with him. Comic Relief continues to this day, still raising funds, still using humor as a tool for good. The children he helped have grown up. Families he supported have rebuilt their lives. And every dollar, every laugh, every hug he gave continues to ripple outwards, touching lives he never even met. Robin Williams once said, "Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind. Always." That wasn't just a quote. It was the way he lived his life. So today, as we remember him, let's not just remember the genie from Aladdin, or the English teacher from Dead Poets Society, or the therapist from Good Will Hunting. Let's remember the man who believed laughter could save lives. Let's remember the friend who stood beside Billy and Whoopi and turned comedy into compassion. Let's remember the man who gave dignity to the homeless, joy to the sick, and hope to the hopeless. Robin Williams left us with a challenge to use whatever gifts we have, whether it's humor, talent, or even just a listening ear, to make someone else's life better. And if we do that, even just a little, then his legacy of compassion will live on. Because in the end, Robin Williams didn't just teach us how to laugh. He taught us how to care. Sparkles, thank you for watching this story about Robin's incredible heart. If it touched you, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more inspiring stories about kindness and humanity.